Tonight's project, something that's probably fairly common if you're a homeowner, is interior door starting to rub the jamb. We got the door slab here. You can see up here it's hitting on the door jamb, starting to rub a little bit of the paint off. Not all that uncommon, especially as houses get a little bit older, for these doors to sag a little bit and start to rub. And it still closes, but it's a little difficult. So our project tonight will be to fix this. First thing I usually check when I see these is the hinges. And at first glance, this one looks all right. It's not too, nothing obvious here, but if I wiggle the door a little bit, let me see if I get the camera steady here. If I wiggle the door, I don't know if that's coming through, you can see that hinge is wiggling. I think that's our culprit. These screws are starting to get loose. So let's take one of those out. I'll show you why they get loose and what we can do to fix it. Okay, we can see here why these screws don't really have a lot of holding power. You can see that this thing's not even an inch long, about 5/8 of an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch. You can see I got to put it in the hole here. See, they just turn, they lose their bite. Same thing on this one, and that's not uncommon over time. This one's got a little bit of bite to it, but easiest way to fix that, we're just going to take one out. Usually the center one is what I take out. Put that aside here, and I'm going to replace it with this big daddy here. Alright, this is probably a little overkill, but it's what I grabbed out of my box of random screws. This is about a 3-inch wood screw. It's going to go through the hinge, through the door jamb, into the framing behind this. It's going to make sure that this door hinge does not loosen up again over time, and that if we need to put some additional torque on this, that it's going to bite into the framing, we can actually suck this door in a little bit to get rid of that wobble. Now I'm just laying these here side by side for comparison. You can see this one's quite a bit longer. Again, probably overkill. Probably could use something in the 1.5 to 2 inch range. Again, I've got a box of random screws, and this was the first one that I grabbed that is about the same diameter and will fit for the purpose. So let's go ahead, start this bad boy in here. Okay. Alright, now we got it nice and snug. We're just going to put a little bit of torque on it. And I don't know if that came through or if it's going to come through in the video, but just visually I could see that hinge tighten up quite a bit when I put a couple of strokes on the hammer there with the impact driver on it. So let's do a test close here and see. I think that's it. Yep, no contact now. Closes nice and smooth. And just like that, we fixed the problem. Again, most of these pre-hung doors, they're going to come with these little 5/8 screws installed. All of these are going to be the same. These are still tight right now in here, but over time it's not uncommon for these to loosen up. And I mean, it's a good practice anyways. I didn't install these doors when we built this house, but it's a good practice anyways when you're installing a pre-hung door, when you get it level and plumb and closing where it should be. Take one of these out of each hinge and put in a long screw. That way it ties the hinge back into the framing, keeps your door from sagging over time. The middle hinge is not bad, the bottom hinge is not bad. It's usually the top ones that take most of the abuse. My kids, you can see they got all their art projects on here. I'm sure they hang and swing on these doors. It's probably probably not uncommon for most homeowners for their doors to take some abuse over time. So it's a simple, easy thing that you can do to tighten your door hinges up, and you know, maybe get if you have a door slab that's rubbing on the door jamb, to get that fixed. Thanks for watching, guys. This episode of Let's Fix It. If this has been helpful for you, please be sure to like and subscribe. Bye.